your hats, designers, because the robots are coming to the events industry. Okay. Maybe not literally the robots, but guys, AI is definitely here to stay. And it's definitely changing the game as we all know it. But before we panic and start hiding our design secrets, guys, let me tell you this. AI is really not the enemy. And in fact, it might just be your new best friend. Let's find out how. Welcome back to Raising the Bar podcast, which is the only draping podcast that's going to have you slaying the event game like the queen you are. It's your girl, Precious Stevens, the draping queen herself. And honey, on today's episode, guys, we're diving headfirst into the world of AI in event design. We're going to be talking all about the tools that's going to really blow your mind. These are the skills that you really need to stay ahead of the curve, guys. And you need to learn how to use AI to your advantage without losing that signature touch that you provide. So I want you to grab your pens, grab your pencils, grab whatever it is that you take your notes on, because this one episode you don't want to miss. All right, so number one, let's just really talk about what is AI anyway as it pertains to event design, right? Because it wasn't for me really easy to grasp in the beginning. So know that when we say AI in the event world, we're talking about the really fancy schmancy, can't say that word, tools that can automate your task faster than you can say Pinterest board. I want you to think of things like your mood board, your color schemes, your floor plans. That's a big one, the floor plans. And even client communication, because guess what? Y'all, AI can do all of that. Now, I know some of y'all probably thinking, automation is cool, but the way AI came in swinging, is this going to actually put me out of a job? Y'all listen, let me tell you something. AI is just a tool, right? It's nowhere near as strong or as valuable as the human component or as what it is that you provide for your clientele or your potential clients. I want you to really think of it like your trusty glue gun, right? You know how much us creatives love our glue gun. That is how I kind of want you to think. The main thing is that it's here to really make your life a lot easier and not actually steal your spotlight, because that's something it would never really be able to do. So imagine this for a minute, y'all. Imagine some potential client come to you, right? They got their vision for the wedding or for their event all mapped out in their head anyway. And instead of spending hours scrolling through fabric samples and all of this stuff, you know, like we used to do, I know I did. Soon as they tell me the vision, baby, I'm putting stuff together. But think of it now, how easy it could be just being able to tell some kind of AI software what it is that you're looking for, and boom, there's a mood board right there. There are ideas right there, right? It's going to spit out a bunch of gorgeous options that perfectly match the venue, the lighting, the season, the color combinations, everything. Talk about a time saver. Guys, I'm trying to tell you, when AI came in the way that it did over this past, I would say, year, it was just so freaking mind-blowing. I would literally spend hours just learning what it could do because I was just freaking amazed. Never was I threatened. Never was I worried that, oh, it's going to put me out of a job. Baby, no. I was looking like, oh, this is really going to accelerate what I can do, right? It's going to accelerate the time that I could get it done. So I don't want you guys to think of it as something negative, right? Because it's not that at all. And I want you to really kind of push yourself for those of you who are not using it. I don't want you just standing on the sidelines watching anybody else fly past you, because now they're going to be operating at optimal speed because they can get it done a lot quicker. I want you to dip your toes in the AI waters. Get comfortable with it. Just try it out on a new process that you have in your business, right? See how it works, what you like and what you don't like. Because the beauty of it is so many different AI tools, guys. It's almost impossible for you to walk away from this thing and say, it's just totally not for me. I don't see that happening at all. You might actually be surprised at how much time and energy that you actually save. Now, for my girls and guys that's already using it, I want you guys to tell me down in the comments, how are you using AI in your design process? Are you using it to really map out your designs? Are you using it to expedite the consultation process? Are you using it to track your leads? Like, what is it that you're using it for? Because this is going to give a lot of the other viewers some insight on different ways that they can use it. Because I know we are a group of creatives, so I know I'm gonna have some interesting stuff down in them comments, okay? But then not only that, tell us how you feel about it. Was it a love connection? Was it a hot mess in the beginning? Did you get over it and got better with time? Like, tell us down in the comments, because it's so many different stories and experiences I know that we're going to hear. That is going to be quite interesting. All right, guys. Now this brings us to part 2, which is all about the pros and the cons of AI. And I'm going to spill the tea because I have experienced them both. Okay. All right. So first up, let's just put it out there. We got to get really real about this thing, right? Because it ain't going anywhere. And AI, let's just call a spade. It ain't all sunshine and rainbows, just like that Turbo X you had back in the day, right? It's got its good sides and its bad sides. So let's get into it. All right, first, let's talk about the pros, guys. And number one, top tier is efficiency. Guys, AI can crank out tasks like a freaking machine. Well, it is one, but it really works at optimal speed, and it really frees up a lot of your time to focus on the fun stuff. I can honestly say, maybe that's why I'm so excited about my business this year, because I have been able to spend more time on the creative side, right? On the actual designing side. Whereas though before, even though I have several different coaching programs, and I have just different, even things like my podcasts and maintaining groups, and then that's a lot. And let's just face it, that's just a lot to keep up with. But the beauty with AI being able to help me speed that up really allowed me to spend more time with my audience. Like, instead of my trainings being pre-recorded, because I used to spend so much time actually creating the content, mapping it out, all that good stuff. Now I actually have more time to do the actual training. Like, I can do a lot of my trainings live now, whereas so before I couldn't, because the time just wasn't there. So I definitely say, hands down, efficiency, especially for me, has been one of the greatest aspects of utilizing AI in my business. Now, the next thing, guys, is data-driven insights. AI, baby. I don't know if y'all ain't doing y'all market research or your research or whatever it is, but guys, AI can analyze data faster than you can say analytics. It just can. It gives you all the insights. It gives you the trends. It gives you the client preferences, right? It gives you so much information about your potential clientele and about your target market and your target audience. Guys, it was some of that stuff that I didn't know. And it also tells you like things that's hot in the event world. If you're really utilizing the AI tools to like maximizing how you could use it in your business, guys, I'm trying to tell you, 2025 needs to be your year, because it eliminates so much of the thinking, right? And it allows you to do more of the doing, because it does a lot of the thinking for you. Let's just be honest. And then the last one, guys, with the pros is time saving. You can definitely say goodbye to those late nights that you spend staying up all freaking night, creating your mood boards or getting your vision together for your event, planning fabric, whatever it is you do that take a lot of time, even responding to emails, guys. I'm trying to tell you, AI can do all of that for you. Now, this year, I swear, has been the first year that I've been able to position my business in a very long time to mainly be face forwarding in the daytime. I know I used to go live. I used to train. I used to do everything at night. And that's because in the daytime, I was spending most of my time in the business. I was doing a lot of my admin stuff in the daytime. No matter if I had team members, no matter if I had assistants, it didn't matter. I still found myself doing a lot of the legwork, even building things out so that the team can follow it, right? It seemed like every time I would build something out, there's something else to build out, because it just was so many moving parts to my businesses. But the time saving, guys, this year, this January is the first time I've been able to do this in a long time. I don't go live at night anymore. I don't host any of my trainings and none of my programs anymore. I do everything in the daytime. And guys, I cannot tell you, that feels so freaking good. At night, I cut my phone off. It goes in whatever it's called, sleep mode. I don't think about it. I don't touch it. And I can say this has been probably, even though it's only January and we're super busy about to go on tour, but even though it's January, it's been the most peaceful season yet. All right, guys. Now, y'all know with pros always comes what? Cons. So you can't have the pros without the cons. So let's get into a couple of the cons surrounding this whole ordeal with AI. First of all, this is the one thing that will always, for us anyway, for what we do, this is the one thing that where we'll always have a job. We'll always have something to do, because one of the cons with AI is the loss of personal touch. Let's be real. AI cannot replicate the human connection. It can't. AI is only as good as the person that's telling AI what to do. I'm trying to tell you. That spark of creativity that really makes your designs unique, or that personable touch that really resonates with your potential clients and your clients, where you're nurturing a relationship and you're building bonds, AI can't do that. This is something that you can only do. And the better you do it, the 9 times out of 10, you'll have a long-term client, because humans are connected to humans. So that's one thing where you should feel comfortable knowing you'll always have work. It may be expedited with AI, but the actual doing, the creativity part, and the human connection, the human personal touch, that comes from you, boo. And the second con, guys, I'm trying to tell you, I don't know what's up with the memory bank with the AI, but it's an over reliance on the templates. I mean, I love a good template, right? But sometimes you really need to break the mold and create something that is truly original. I kid you not. I started to make a post about it, but I said no, because I didn't want to step on no one's toes. But I started to make a post and say, if I see your caption, and y'all know how the AI put all of those little emojis in it, and it's like 3 emojis, no matter what, AI wrote it. And I was going to say, if your caption has these emojis in it, as soon as I see it, I'm gonna stop reading it, because it's just an indicator that it came from AI. So my thing is, it's not saying that AI is horrible in the way it produces the content, but it becomes so repeatable. And then when it becomes predictable, it's like now you're being lazy. It's one thing to use it as a tool to help you, but there's a whole nother thing when you just lack all originality and all of it is truly coming from AI. That's another con, because your message is going to sound like someone else's message, because all AI is doing is pulling this information from a bunch of different resources and crafting the content, right? So you're going to have the same stuff as someone else. So that's the one thing that I don't like about it, right? Or the second thing, rather. And then the third thing, y'all, we are designers, right? This is what we do. So it has these cookie cutter designs where I don't like it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like it when it comes down to like designing with draping. My specialty is draping. So when it comes, I see people trying to, create this dramatic draping, and it's AI infused. And I'm like, now that's where I kind of draw the line, because one thing about draping, it's like a real life component to it. You fall in love with the actual aesthetics of fabric. When AI does it, it looks kind of cartoonish, not necessarily cartoonish, but it just doesn't have that real life factor into it. I think it just didn't master it yet, because I can probably see down the line, maybe somewhere it will get better. But right now, And if everybody using the same AI tools, then the risk is that all the events are going to start to look the same, right? And no one really wants that. The whole beauty and what we do is being able to be unique and doing things that stand out, right? Because that's what people want. People want uniqueness. They want something before everybody else get it, right? They want to be the talk of the town. They want to be able to pop their collar. That's what they want. So this comes from your natural creativity. And 9 times out of 10, the people that are drawn to you, they see your style, right? And that's what they're drawn to. So the cookie cutter designs, I'm so over it. No, if I'm doing any kind of mock-up, and that was honestly one thing about me shutting down last year and not really being in love with what I was doing, is because it seemed like every time I needed a piece of content, I had to go and put up a backdrop. And I wasn't no longer looking to be in this labor intensive flow of my business, right? If I've made it to a certain level, like why am I still playing the fabric? That's just really how I felt. And then I just really had to get to a place of understanding that this is just what I do. And not only this is what I do, but I have a whole heap of people that also look to me for inspiration and education and a sense of direction. So I have to, it's just a part of my responsibility. And just so happened, fell back in love with it this year. But the main thing is the with having these AI tools, that is what allowed me to have the time to build a little studio in my home where I could just go and design whenever I want to, right? So that was like the thing that was my turning point. I don't like the cookie cutter design. So in order for me to get content to really showcase what I can do, I got to go and do it. So right now, that's what I have to say about the con, definitely being cookie cutter design. So get comfortable, guys, right now, continuously doing your mock-ups until I guess the software get better. You know, we are in a very untapped market, meaning it's not a lot of resources out there, which is why I try and constantly create new content and new trainings and new forms of education, trying to really dilute the resources with draping so that you guys can have more resources to pull from. So we'll just see how that turns out. So the biggest thing I can tell you guys right here is think of AI as your assistant. I meant really as your assistant. My AI actually has a name. Actually, I got two AIs because I got two main brands and they are nowhere near related to each other. I don't speak about the same things. I don't deliver the same solutions. I don't even talk the same, right? So I had to develop two totally separate custom AI and give them a name because they are like my trusty assistant, right? Now, they're not there to replace me. They're just there to assist me, to help me do what it is that I do a lot quicker so that I can reach more people. You want to let the AI tools handle all the little tedious tasks, the stuff that you don't like, the emails, the generating content, the seamless processes, like really even building out SOPs. Guys, I swear, building out SOPs, AI has been a game changer for me with that. Before, it would take me forever to build out a SOP simply because I would have to go through the entire process, right? Because if I'm just creating an SOP from how I remembered the process to go, I normally would leave steps out. So I would wait until I'm actually going through the process so I make sure I'm not missing a step. Can y'all imagine how long that took to do? I'm trying to tell you. So be grateful that it's here and really utilize it, maximize it to help you with your business because it can handle a lot of the things. Your color palettes. A lot of you guys struggle with color. I told you guys I did a training about 3 weeks ago. That training, I'm going to leave it down in the description. The ladies raved that said it was super helpful. And this, I'm talking about color as far as your draping, pairing your color panels together, learning what colors go together, what color to put next to each other. Now, even AI couldn't do that, right? I had to create that because I knew it was a problem in our market. But like the color palettes with your actual event or your theme and things like that, it can totally do without an issue, right? Even your floor plans, creating floor plans now. Well, we did do it last year. Last year, I had my floor plans for my tour. I had it all created on AI, and I had now before we were able to do it in AI, like people could still do it in CAD, whatever it's called, CAD. I don't know how to, I don't know how to operate that software. So, I would just stick with sketching or like Canva was my best friend. But now being able to utilize AI to build out the entire floor plan, give everybody a visual so everybody know where things go. It is so helpful. I'm trying to tell you. This is really going to let you focus on the artistic stuff that you should be focused on because you are the creative. And the artistic stuff is the stuff that's going to make your work really stand out from what everyone else is doing. Because believe it or not, you are an artist, boo. AI is just the paintbrush. And that brings us to number 3, which is staying ahead of the curve. Baby, listen. AI ain't going nowhere. It's definitely here to stay and it's going to get more sophisticated. That's one thing I'm super excited about because it's going to get really, really, really sophisticated and it's still learning, right? It's every time things are going in, it's still learning. So with that being said, how do you stay relevant in this new world that you're in? The easiest answer is really by combining the power of technology with the magic of your human connection, your human touch. Like I said, I love the fact that it helps me, it even helped me craft the outline for this podcast. But am I reading from, what they be doing? The teleprompters? And I used to do that, guys. I used to do that. But no, like now being able to just have an outline and you kind of know what And for me, it's just a matter of staying on track and making sure I'm hitting all of my bullet points that I want to hit. But the actual flow is coming from experience. It's coming from what I've experienced, what I've learned. And it's just so much easier. It's so much more seamless. So definitely you figure out how you can incorporate it in what you have going on, and realize that, guess what? AI needs you just as much as you need the AI, because AI can generate a killer color palette, right? But can it walk into a venue and feel the vibe? No. Can it walk into the venue and really determine what the atmosphere will be? No. Can it chit chat with a client over a glass of champagne and really understand their pain points or whatever it is for their event? Figure out what their frustrations are? Can it do that? Absolutely not. That's where you, the designer, come in. And these are parts of those human touches and those touch points that I'm talking about that AI would never be, unless it's a robot. And even still, it would still feel like a robot. It just wouldn't be able to replace you. You're the one, who brings the empathy. You're the one who brings the emotion, the creativity, the human touch. And that's what AI, guys, it cannot replicate it at all. So I don't want you guys to be afraid to explore some new AI tools, even some workshops. I went to a couple workshops and I've learned so much about AI. It was mind blowing. A lot of that stuff I learned in different workshops, right? Because I was interested in seeing how could this thing really help me in my business? But then another thing, guys, you don't want to just stop there. You also want to invest in those skills that technology can't teach. Technology can't teach you how to be creative or how to enhance your creativity. Even your communication, it can't really teach you communication skills. These are things that you learn by going to workshops or taking training or things like that, so that you can always be just enhancing who you are, right? Just enhancing the experience that you're giving your clients and your potential clients. All right, guys, now guess what? It is your time to spill the tea. Now that you heard me talk a lot about how I use AI, different ways you can use AI, the good, the bad about AI, the whole nine. I want to know, tell me down in the comments, what task are you just dying to automate in your business? Like, you just want to get it off your plate. I don't care what it is, whether it's emails. I know a lot of you guys are going to say social media. A lot of my mentees, that's the first thing they always say is social media. But the main thing is that it can be done, right? So I want to know, what tasks are you down to automate in your business? Put it down in the comments. And guess what? I may have a solution for you, not sure. Or another viewer may have a solution for you, because we're coming from all facets, and we are treating our businesses differently and doing different things in our businesses. That's why I always tell you guys to put things in the comments, because you will be surprised how many people you guys think alike, you guys are doing things similar, or how many people are getting inspiration from what it is that you guys are doing. So guys, that brings us to a close for today's episode. I want you to remember that AI can be a powerful ally, right? If you use it wisely. The key is to stay creative and keep those personal connections strong, because humans connect to humans, and never let technology define who you are or feel as if it's more important, right? We are designers, baby, and we got that magic touch that no robot can touch, right? So if you're ready to embrace the future of design and really learn how to balance your innovation with your artistry, then you need to join Raising the Bar Mentorship, because we're talking insider secrets, a supportive community, and all the tools you need to become the AI-powered design slaying queen of your dreams. I'll put the link down in the description so you can see how to sign up. Now, next week, guys, y'all probably heard me talking about this a lot. I love the digital world. Next week, we're talking about digital love and why 2025 is the year to really embrace e-courses, online sales, and all things digital. If you are not offering some other stream of revenue in your business, such as a digital product, a digital course, or something like that, guys, you are not going to want to miss next week's episode. But the easiest way to do so, guys, is to turn on the notifications bell so you know exactly when it uploads. And while you're at it, give this video a thumbs up and a share, because someone else needs to hear it. Until then, I want you guys to stay fabulous, keep slaying, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.